difficult circumstances do something to you, they lead you into an identity crisis. And I'll give you an example. There was a day I was boarding. Now, every time I have to fly, I must admit that I'm a little traumatized before I remember that I have the tools to conquer the trauma. Why? My mother lost her only brother in Dana crash, and then I lost Pastor Bimbo Dukoya, our senior pastor and fountain, in Dana crash. So every time the devil reminds me that there's nothing special about you. Every time. So every time I board, I have to board as a professional, to use the tools on myself to calm myself down. Something happened on this particular day. I was flying to the US from the UK, and there was turbulence. I don't know what they call it, but there was something crazy happening there. Turbulence. And when there's turbulence, I don't understand these pilots sometimes. They talk a lot. I don't know, maybe they're trying to inform us or something. I'm just like, can we all just respect ourselves? Let's just navigate this thing peacefully before the announcement. They're always talking. And the guy kept talking, and I was just like, I'm just going to collapse here right now. And he kept on talking and talking. Ironically, there was a gentleman near me who was smiling at me, during the turbulence. And something was saying to me that this one wants to romance me in death. Like, you've been sitting here since, you weren't smiling. Like, is this guy well like this? So initially I was pretending I didn't see he was smiling. At the point I said, is this Titanic? Like, what's going on here? So I took my face away. So after a while, when the smile was becoming too much, because I was am I sitting with somebody who really wants to die? Sometimes before they come and park near you, I was just I hope this guy is, So after a while, I looked at him. I was like, you've been smiling. Are you okay? And he smiled again. And then that smile confused me the more. So I was like, what's going on? So he was like, that he can see that I'm a Christian. I was like, really? You know what had happened? I was reading my Bible during the storm. The guy saw that I was reading my Bible. Somewhere along the line, he was saying to himself, I can't die. By the virtue of association, I cannot die. But the girl reading her Bible had forgotten what was going on. The reason why? Trauma led me into identity crisis. The devil was saying to me, people better than you have died. So it's not about the Bible that you are reading, but there was somebody sitting next to me that was saying that I just like the fact that I'm sitting near this guy. If we can disappear, we will disappear together. If we will run out, we will run out together. But no, I am not going to die. Difficult circumstances come to target your soul. The reason for the target is a disconnection. Because once there's a disconnection from your soul, you are not going to concentrate on God. Once there's a disconnection from your soul, you aren't going to concentrate on God. Trauma is a loss of connection. And then what kind of trauma am I talking about? Wumi, please come. What kind of trauma am I talking about? Yes, I am talking about sexual abuse. Some of you were abused as children. You were abused by strangers. You were abused by friends. You were abused by family members. And every time they say that God is a father, you can't connect. Because your father slept with you, your brothers raped you, your cousins and your uncles. You don't understand what fatherhood means because of trauma. Another one is that feeling of not good enough. Report card was